Assalamu alaikum. That means peace be unto you. My name is Malika, and I'm making this video to be a leader and not a follower. Therefore, allow me to lead you into a journey where you and I can unite in an understanding that sometimes when a person is going through a crisis, they don't necessarily want us to talk to them in reference to how we feel about the matter, unless they ask us, what do we feel about the matter? We are in a bad habit of always offering advice when advice is not asked for, which is a very bad habit. And it's disturbing because the same person who come to us with a crisis, and we tend to talk too much instead of listening. When we dictate to people who they should be and what they should do, it kinds of run them away from us. Similarly, if we are engaged in a relationship, whether it's with our children, our family, our neighbors, co-workers, etc., people does not like to be controlled. Look at me, for example. I'm an independent person. I do many things independently without the help and assistance of others. One example of my great independence is that I produce many forms of things. I make clothes, I cook food, I run my own homeschool organization, and so forth, along with many other things I do. I wrote a script, but it's like I'm never able to follow the total script, which I have to get used to because it's something that is prepared for me to make in this video. I have to just get used to making videos overall. So whenever we become dictators of others instead of dictators to ourselves, it runs people away. And it makes us look like control freaks. I don't like to be controlled. Do you like to be controlled by someone? Some people may need to be controlled. But it brings us back to how we should stop offering unwanted advice, especially during the time that someone is going through a crisis. With this control thing that we exhibit, it causes us to be judgmental. Now, there are some matters in life that we have to be judgmental. And then there are matters that are left up to Allah. We tend to play God in the matters that are left up to Allah. Now, a matter that we may want to be judgmental in concerning an issue, probably, maybe someone is fighting, maybe someone is arguing with another person, maybe someone is in total distress that they can't think for themselves. Does that mean that we have to be judgmental? Does that mean that we have to downplay this person and make this person feel less than a person? You see, we need to build our character. We need to be the positive example of the so-called righteousness that we claim that we have. We have the terrible habit of promoting ourselves in religion instead of promoting God. And that is where the big mistake comes in. We lure people in by talking about God, and we tell them all the good things they want to hear about God. But one of the most important things we need to learn is that if we're going to speak about God and we want people to join us in what we do, we need to become better people. What do I mean about how we need to become better people? Speaking about religion is a small portion of worshiping God. Actually living the religion, whatever religion it may be, you may be a Christian, you may be a Jew, you may be a Hindu, Buddhist. I'm a Muslim, and I'm proud to be. A very important thing I learned in life is to stay away from being judgmental. If someone is doing something extremely bad, then yeah, I would be a little bit judgmental. I will try to understand their circumstances and why are they in the position that they're in. Most of the times, we don't look at a person's reason for why they do what they do. We immediately want to judge them and persecute them. Sometimes we need to take our time and examine the underlying reason for their behavior, because everybody have a reason for something, not necessarily to give them the excuse to misbehave, but to try and talk to them and be friendly towards them. Because the same way that I became a Muslim over 25 years ago, when I took Shahada and I didn't know any better in what I was doing as a young person, it helped guide me in a direction that I wanted to go. I knew for a very long time, even when I was a young girl at the age of 5, I can remember, I knew for a very long time who I wanted to be. And as I grew older, I worked towards accomplishing my goal, why I exist on this earth. My position then helped me clear the path of my position now. That's why I try to stay away from being judgmental, being disrespectful, being non-godlike, because I know in my heart, where no one else can see but Allah, that I am pure in heart, and I prefer to be around people who share my same goals. However, there are people who have issues that may want to talk to me about their issues, and I don't mind listening to them, and I don't mind hanging out with them. One of the problems I have, though, is when other people try and dictate to me who I should be around. It's so annoying because I am my own person, and I'm a grown woman, and I'm a full competent mind, soul, and body. I don't have a problem with my sense of judgment. Therefore, I prefer your unwanted advice to stay unwanted unless I ask. And I'm quite sure sometimes if I conversate with you, you might feel, and sometimes I even bring up the fact that maybe I am talking too much and I should be a better listener to whatever issue that is going on. The reason why I brought this up is because just recently I had a little issue, and I told several people about the issue, and lo and behold, here comes all of this advice. And I had to tell them, like, please stay away from telling me what to do, because I'm going to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, and how I want to do it, especially in reference to my life and me being a Muslim. Like I said before, I'm a leader, not a follower. Therefore, whatever I do, I go wherever I want, wherever I'm welcomed, as long as it's legally permissible for me to go. I just want to clarify some things, not only for myself, but for others who I've came in contact with who share the same ideology that I share in reference to others offering their unwanted advice. So, I am going to end this video because I'm only allowed to produce 15 minutes or less of it. So, I am going to say Assalamu alaikum, peace and blessing be upon you, and may your life be much easier, and may you and I learn not to be judgmental